We are reporting from World Press Freedom Day 2015 from the National Library of Riga. We are interviewing Edet Ojo, who is a speaker in a panel discussion about challenges for freedom of expression in the digital age.
My name is Edet Ojo. I come from Nigeria. I'm the Executive Director of Media Rights Agenda, which is an NGO based in Lagos, in Nigeria, but working regionally on a number of relevant issues, including an initiative to promote an African Declaration on Internet Rights and Freedoms.
So, in the digital age, what are the biggest challenges for freedom of speech?
Well, the biggest challenges are the fact that you have a lot of governments and these days non-government actors who attempt to restrict freedom of expression in a variety of ways. For governments, they try to prevent you from saying things that they're uncomfortable about. But from other groups, including terrorist groups, criminal organizations, you often find that there are other forms of offline reprisals, attacks, killings, and so on, as a result of things that people have said online.
Which countries do you consider the best and the worst in terms of freedom of speech on the internet?
Well, generally, I would say the Scandinavian countries are the best in terms of protecting freedom of speech. They are very open societies, so they don't really worry much about what their citizens say, and maybe also because the levels of corruption in those societies are quite low, there's less concern. But the worst countries, in my view, exist in Africa, in Latin America, in parts of Asia, and in the Middle East.
How about Nigeria? How freely can you speak on the internet in Nigeria?
Well, at the moment, you can speak relatively freely because we don't have a lot of regulations in place. So the consequences you would suffer would be similar to consequences you would have for offline speech that government or other interests are uncomfortable about. But increasingly now there is an effort to put in place repressive regulations. So it's going to become increasingly more difficult for people to speak freely online, especially also as the government is acquiring the capacity to monitor online communication. As we've seen, there is an arrangement between Nigeria and an Israeli company to help them conduct monitoring of communication online. So an Israeli company called Elbit Systems is under a $40 million contract arrangement between them and the Nigerian government, providing technical support to Nigeria and helping them to monitor online communication.
Reported and filmed by Tommi, Kolehmainen and Eemeli Martti for Youth Newsroom at UNESCO World Press Freedom Day 2015.